Hello there everyone, and welcome to another video here with Hypnotherapy Training International. And today we're going to talk to Dr. Butler about studying online and how an online study of hypnotherapy affects our practice in the future. A lot of things have gone online in the past few years for obvious reasons, but hypnotherapy is often, and therapy in general, seems something that maybe it can only be done in person properly. But things are changing, moving forward. We have good technologies, good backups, and a lot of it is talking. So we can do talking for maybe for 100 years. We've been using various devices. So Dr. Butler, how can we study hypnotherapy online? I know you have a class coming in Portugal where we're going to live stream it as well for those who want to take the course from the home comfort or unable to travel or want to save on the expenses of traveling somewhere and the extra time and staying. So to you, if you can tell us a little bit about that. I know you've been doing it for many years, conferences online and therapies with people from all around the world that wouldn't be able perhaps to fly to London, but they were still able to enjoy your clinical work from abroad. So to you.
Thank you, Idan. So that question about how the format of training affects the quality of training, whether we have it in person or online, an important question. Of course, the goal overall is to train people to a high standard, and that's our goal. The highest quality training we can deliver to you for you to become the best therapist and do the most good in the world. Now, having said that, of course, technology always evolves. Hypnotherapy has benefited greatly from that in the study of the brain. As science has penetrated some of the mechanism of action of hypnosis and hypnotherapy, which is they are sciences and they are also arts. And so as we look at the use of technologies, they've been developing a long time. And of course in education generally, there's been remote learning for many years in many countries where getting people together is cost prohibitive or very difficult for many reasons logistically. So when we look at the pluses and minuses of in-person versus online training, for example, there are a lot of advantages that are in online training that people need to take into account. Hypnotherapists are sometimes a bit slow to embrace these developments. Back in my era starting out, there were still people saying you couldn't record a hypnotherapy session, a programming session, because it wouldn't have the immersive in-person quality. Of course, that turned out not to be true. There are benefits of being in person with the individual therapist, and the same goes for training. It's a more full immersive experience in certain ways, but there are also advantages that happen for a person when they're able to program themselves on their own and they're less self-conscious and they have a good quality, and that's important, the quality of the technology. So as we look at the training now, hypnotherapy is moving a lot of the parts of therapy training online, and we do a hybrid model as well where you can come in person for some days, also do online training, and for people who can't travel, online is a great option provided it's done well. So many people, and it's personal choices of course to a great extent, there are people, and we fully appreciate that they love to be in the person of the group. Within the dynamics of the group, they enjoy the interactions, they feel very much a part of the group, and they're kind of pulled along with the interactions and the group questioning and so on. So that seems to help them focus. They don't feel as lonely as if they're off on their own studying. Now, there are some other benefits, of course, as well. You can more directly talk to the teacher and so forth. But that's for some people. Others learn very well online. It has a lot of benefits for them. They don't feel it's distracted by group questions, group interactions that may be going on. They can focus and progress at their own pace, at their own speed, and very fast in some cases. So that helps them a lot. They don't feel lonely and cut off when they're doing their online training. And the benefits, of course, are obvious to online training. You can save a lot of money on travel costs and the inconvenience and disruptions to travel that may be going on at the time. You can also save a lot of money on accommodation costs or maybe other living costs of being in a expensive city. It's less demanding on your resources, on environmental resources. So there's all of those things to consider as well. And the question is, how well is it done online though? Because we don't want to compromise on a good learning experience. That's absolutely essential. There are benefits, of course, when you have been training a long time, as we have, training people. We have a great deal of material that students have access to outside of the online sessions. So that asynchronous material, and that's been shown again and again, that many high quality trainings can be delivered online for many particular subjects. And it works well with hypnotherapy in our view. So students can keep getting exposed to the material, the stored material we give them. They also have the synchronous, the in-person, interactive live sessions, and they are very interactive. There's hands-on training, supervised training with other students in breakout rooms, and we also have a lot of questioning and answering and demonstrations going on. Our classes are also filmed, so students can have access to that, to their own training course. There's also follow-up training, and our attitude has been to make the online the very best. Our training people are always focusing on the students, picking up the clues and cues from studying them well online. In other words, learning how to deliver online material well, and the material itself being focused in the format that's the best and easiest to absorb online. So if you take all of those things into account, and we have proved our case with it, I believe, students can learn very well online, and they can also take advantage of coming to some level of in-person training when they wish. So we do hope to see you at our classes very soon. We have this class coming up in Portugal, which is in person. In London, in spring 2023, we will have in-person classes as well. In the meantime, many people from far away are learning with us, and you're learning a great profession, a highly rewarding career if you learn it properly, and whether you learn it online or in person, or both. It's a great benefit you bring to the public, to the world. It's very satisfying in so many levels. It allows you to personally develop in so many ways too. Now, when you're learning, you must always choose the best training for you. Trainers should provide proof. They should be able to demonstrate, and either through some film material and even questioning the trainer. It's not enough that they say, oh, you can learn all these inductions or deepening methods. They're the very simplest part of hypnotherapy. They're very important to get them well established. But if you know the 5 principles of induction, the 5 main principles, you can immediately develop about 50 inductions from that. Or the 9 main forms of deepening methods. You can then develop about 100 forms of variations and combinations of deepening. Those are only technical aspects, but they need to be developed and performed well. You need trainers who have a lot of psychological knowledge and a lot of experience of applying it in practice, and a lot of experience of delivering it online or in person. So these are important points to learn and understand before you get involved in training. High-functioning trainers produce, not surprisingly, higher functioning graduates, therapists. Lower functioning therapists can drag down even good students. There are many studies that confirm this, what would seem common sense understanding, but it's interesting when we look into the details of the studies just how profound the effects can be on a student of the trainer, for good and bad. So all in all, our goal is to take you to the highest levels as a hypnotherapist, and we hope you will take up the advantages of our training courses, and we hope to see you at an online or in-person course very, very soon. So thank you very much for listening and watching.